Hello, one, hello, all, and we are live at Similori Field, folks, and the atmosphere is electric. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, and we are here for some ladies' fast-pitch Bulldog action. This is the last home game of the season. The place is packed. Parking lot is packed. In fact, cars are wrapped around the baseball field for this one. A lot of things could have gone a lot of different ways, folks, for this one, but things are all figured out already before the Bulldogs even took the field tonight. They had some things that were out of their hands, some things that worked out. I mean, earlier in the season, they swept Middletown, which put them in third place. They had hopes for a shot at second. If they had won tonight and things would have gone the way things would have appeared to have gone, Prout would have lost maybe to Mount Hope, and they would have possibly had a chance at second. That didn't happen. I'll get into it a little further. Plenty of time to talk tonight. We got to lead off batter number 18 up for Barrington is Ace McCoy. Sophie Valentini on the mound, on the rubber, per usual for the Bulldogs, and her first offering is a strike. And when I say a packed house, folks, it is pandemonium out here. It's crazy. I can't imagine next week when it's the playoffs, the atmosphere is going to be. And second pitch strike quickly ahead, 0-2 is Valentini. Bulldogs playing well at the moment, and they have throughout the season. I shouldn't say at the moment. This would be senior night, folks. Her third pitch of the day. Swing and a miss, strike three pitches, and her first strikeout of the night. Sophie Valentini can't start any better than that. One up, one down. No one on for Barrington. And Valentini starts with the strikeout. And first pitch, second, right back at her, and it goes off of her. Hopefully she is not hurt. She fields it, throws the first for the out. And she'll be checked, obviously, anytime the pitcher's hurt. She seems okay. So one pitch and a second out. 4 pitches, 2 outs. That's going great as long as she's all right. And she said it just hit her in her glove forearm, it looks like, and she's okay. And let me tell you, she's a tough one. She's only a sophomore. 2 more years with the majority of this team, folks. I love watching this team because I'm going to be able to watch this team grow. And it's unbelievable what they've done this season. No seniors on senior night. They don't have any. They got 3 juniors and their captains, and they're Dina Arnold, Ava Tenuta, and Kaylee Lamb, and they're doing a fantastic job. They're the glue of the team, leading the team as juniors. They're going to be even better next year. And pitch number 2, strike quickly ahead on the third batter of the night. So Valentini starts right in a groove. But this team really wasn't supposed to gel. It wasn't supposed to be 13-4, hopefully 14-4 in the league come the end of the game here tonight. They have far exceeded expectations. Some of these players, these coaches have never even seen. We play so many freshmen. And the pitch strike over the middle. So Valentini on fire. Nobody on, 2 down. 1-2 the count. She's got a strikeout, and she's got a grounder right back off of her forearm. She's okay. That was a quick out. Only 11 pitches thrown. This is the 12th, and it's off the outside portion. So far, quick top of the first for the Bulldogs. As Shade has covered the field, the lights are on here. We have a primetime game here. Finale of the regular season, packed house. Can't ask for anything better. Breaking ball, fouled straight back and out of play. Can't ask for anything more, and they are going to play a home playoff game. They have earned that, folks. They will be in the playoffs at Similori Field. Question is, as a preliminary round, some teams are going to be forced to play, and that turns into a single elimination to get to the actual double elimination tournament. And the pitch, strike and a miss, strike 3, strikes out 2 of them, takes care of the other one in the middle with a ground out to first. Sophie Valentini credited all for all 3 outs, starts on fire. 1, 2, 3 inning for the Bulldogs as they get set to hit for the first time. We are halfway through the first, no score. So as I was saying, this Bulldog team is going to play at home. If they end up having to play in that preliminary round, it could be as early as Tuesday. There's a meeting. I've spoken to the powers that be, the coaches, the athletic director, and there's a meeting on Sunday that's going to determine the game scheduling and who's at home, how many times, when and where, all that stuff. But they have earned at least 1 spot at home, and if they win, there could be more. And we'll bring it to you live. And like I was saying earlier, it's just such a surprise. They have 0 seniors, 3 juniors, the rest are freshmen and sophomores. When I say freshmen, there is 8 freshmen on the roster, and they've all played. It's really unbelievable. The JV team, the future, just got done with a 6-inning Mercy victory, 13-3 final. So things moving forward. I even have a middle school softball article. The middle school opened up a state tournament with a win. Pitcher Auth, fan 17, Lila Auth, pitched a 5-hitter and struck out 17 as Westerly Middle School defeated Situate 2-1 in the first round of the middle school state tournament Tuesday. today at Similarity Field. Auth walked just 2 batters, allowed 5 hits, and went for the complete game. Their next game is tonight in Smithfield at 5:30. So they're playing as we speak. So even success in the middle school. So softball from here on for quite a while here. Things are looking really good. The excitement right now, the focus right now is on this softball team because of what they've done all season. They've earned their opportunity to play here in the playoffs, and they're excited. They're a buzzsaw. You don't want to run into them if you're an opponent. That is for certain. The team they're playing against tonight on the field right now has 8 seniors. So that is a drastic difference from the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are 13-4, and Barrington's 5-13, and the Bulldogs, like I said, have done it with all underclassmen besides their 3 captains. So here we go. Enough out of me. Now we're going to play some ball. Leadoff hitter, star shortstop, Alex Storr, multi-sport athlete, having a great season, number 36. Music, this place is rocking. I'll tell you that right now. Everybody's into it. The girls are excited. They're having a bake sale outside. It's just there's no better environment whatsoever. I just can't even imagine how they're gonna match it next week, and I know they're going to. You can hear how loud it is, I'm sure. First pitch to the Bulldogs, fouled off in on her hands. Nice job on the first pitch. I'll update you at some point here throughout the night on how the other 2 teams that made the playoffs are. That's the Bulldogs volleyball team and the Bulldog baseball team. We have 3 teams here in the spring that have done one heck of a job. Pitch number 2 to Storr, and she gets a piece of it. Center field, tracking it. Looks like she's got a beat on it, and she does. So that's going to be an 8 unassisted for Barrington. A nice piece for Storr. She's got a little bit under it, but 1 up, 1 down for the Bulldogs. Up at bat, number 15, Sophie Valentini wants to get things started. And boy, is she having a season hitting in the last game. The Bulldogs, huge game, very exciting. And I'm going to tell you about it after when I have a little brief moment that I can actually talk about the whole game because it's worth it. And Valentini's first pitch grounded to third, and they handled it off 2 hops for the first, and that's it, just like that, 2 down. And at bat, Emily Caracciolo, number 27, for the Bulldogs first baseman, tries to get things started here with 2 outs. Dugout is alive down the left field line. They're 6-7 deep. They're in the back of trucks. They're cooking out. Like I said, there's a bake sale here. There's music. The environment is unmatched throughout the state. There's no doubt about it. We're bringing it to you live, Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. And the pitch low and in. Good eye. Want to know the count. You never know this final game of the season. Once it kind of leaks in the information of the girls that win or lose, they are in third place. They are the 3rd seed going into the postseason, regardless of the end of this game. I will tell you that. Ground ball shortstop plays it first. 1, 2, 3, first inning for the Bulldogs as well. So Barrington does the job quickly. Where you got 1 inning down in the books. No score here at Similarity Field. And this game that could have had a lot of implications, I think that's part of the reason the crowd is just so vast and so many people, is because they could have jumped up to the number 2 seed. They didn't. It's not a huge thing. This team isn't upset by any means. They're having fun. I'll tell you that right now. I've been down on the ground level prior to the game, during the JV game, watching the JV game, and these girls are having fun out there. And the big thing is that that's a really good quality to have. Getting into the pressure point of the season, this is playoff time. This is seeding time. They are seeded. They're 3rd, win or lose here today. They've been here. They've warmed up. They're ready to play. Barrington is out here with nothing to lose. This is their last game, so their 8 seniors aren't going to play softball anymore. So they're going to leave it all on the field, which does make things more difficult for the Bulldogs. Not that Barrington doesn't leave things all on the field any day, but when it's your last game ever, you definitely kind of put that little extra in and leave it out there. So the Bulldogs do have to deal with that, the little extra factor that Barrington has over there, is that they're 8 seniors. This is it for them. So heck with the playoffs. They want to walk off with a good feeling and a win under their belt. And the Bulldogs can't fall victim to that, or don't want to fall victim to that. And it wouldn't be backing in if the Bulldogs lose, but you always want to lose walking in with a win. You definitely do, because momentum and coming off of their last game, which I should have told you between that inning, but there's plenty more. Coming off the emotions of their last game, the comeback in that game, you don't want to let that down at all going into the playoffs. You want to feed off that going through, because right now they're not scared of anybody. Valentini's first pitch low, 1-0 count. Top of the 2nd inning here, Similarity Field, folks. Fast pitch, Lady Bulldog action here. 13-4 Bulldog season finale, regular season finale. They are in the playoffs. They are the 3rd seed in the playoffs. And swing and a miss, 2-1 the count here for the Bulldogs. And they will be playing at home their next game. It could be as early as next Tuesday, rumors are, but that won't be 100%. Right back up the middle. Valentini can't get it. Store all the way to second base, gets it, shoots it to first. She kept her hand on it. Great play by both. Great play by the shortstop Store, and even better by Caracciolo at first base. Bulldogs 6-3 on a ground out. She fielded right over second base and didn't trip on the bag or anything. And Caracciolo does a great job keeping her foot on the bag and getting it off the dirt. Great play by the Bulldogs, still haven't given up a base runner, 4 up, 4 down. And Valentini's first offering here. That's going on, ground ball to Vettelino. And that's handled easily. To first base it goes. And a 4-3 putout, 2 up, 2 down. And that's only 4 pitches this inning, 2 outs. So Valentini, who can throw a million pitches as it is, really is doing a heck of a job. She is quick and in a rhythm, right back on the rubber after every pitch. You know when she's in a rhythm. And it reminds me a lot like Dean Pons Jr. over on the baseball field. When he's in a rhythm, right back to the rubber he goes. And unless you step out, he's going to control your pace and the pace of the entire game. Valentini's learning how to do that already as a sophomore. 2 more years to go. And the pitch right there called strike. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the second inning. Season finale, packed house, folks. And when I mean packed house, it is wrapped around the baseball field, the cars are. And a nice change-up breaking ball. Wow, that's an off-speed pitch. That is effective and deadly. That one is tough to hit. When you can drop that much and put a little spin on it and throw it as a strike. And that pitch is called strike 3, and that's the way you want to end the inning in style. 6 up, 6 down for Valentini, who's done a great job keeping Barrington off pace. The defense doing a great job behind her. Storr making a nice play. Vettelino making a nice play. Everybody doing their jobs. And the Bulldogs get their turn here in the bottom half of the second inning. So this production, folks, is brought to you in part by the Knickerbocker Music Center Live. Watch local bands live from the Nick in downtown Westerly RI. Go to westerly.live for more details. A premium streaming service brought to you by the Knickerbocker Music Center, Westerly Live, and the 321 Media. Valenti Subaru. Subaru sales and service located at Dunn's Corners, Westerly RI. Valenti means value. With over 90 years in the auto business, the Valenti family knows how to keep customers happy. Service with honesty, integrity, and a smile are the cornerstone our business is built upon. Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer located in Dunn's Corners next to Duncan. Cell phone sales, service, and repair. Strategia, social media management, search engine optimization. Local company with local strategies to help your company stand out on the web. Remy Cycles, bicycle sales and service in downtown Westerly. 53 Railroad Ave of cycling accessories, the latest in e-bike technology. Stellar customer service, everything needed to enjoy your cycling adventures. Teddy's Toys, also located in downtown Westerly. 53 Railroad Avenue, modern toys, classic toys, board games, model buildings, stuffed animals. McQuaid's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store, located on Franklin Street in Westerly RI. Summer, lawn maintenance, tools, and outdoor furniture. If they don't sell it, folks, you don't need it. That's McQuaid's Ace Hardware. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, and folks, this is it for us as well as far as the regular season goes. It's the finale of the spring sports regular seasons are over. 3 teams have earned the right to move on into the playoffs, and one of them is right in front of us. The date and time of their destiny is unknown at the moment. Rumored possibly Tuesday. They may not have to play the preliminary round. We'll figure it out on Sunday. You're going to tune into Westerly.live and find out the schedule. And that's where it'll be posted. So, leading off the inning for the Bulldogs, Lily Vettelino. Bottom of the second inning, no score. And first pitch, foul back. Number 1, Vettelino making a play at second base for the Bulldogs in the top half of the inning. 0-1 count here to start. Number 10 pitching for Barrington, and that is Kendall Fisher. She is only a freshman. A lot of young talent on the field. And a nice drive to left center being tracked, and another nice play by the center fielder for Barrington. And that is number 28, and she's made 2 putouts. That's Ruby Siomo. She's a freshman as well. Man, for a team with 8 seniors, I'm calling out a lot of freshman names. As you see on the replay, she's done a nice job tracking both. We got the lights on as the sun sets on a beautiful Thursday night here in Westerly. And there is truly nowhere better to be, folks. And if you can't be here live, you go to Westerly.live and we bring it to you. And ground ball foul down the left side. That's Kaylee Lamb, captain number 5. She is a junior, one of the 3 for the Bulldogs. Multi-sport athlete in the box trying to get things started here with 1 out. in what could have been. I know a lot of the people coming here had the excitement. Maybe they would jump out second or third seed. Could have been a difference, and it would have been a little bit of a bye or something. But it is what it is, and this team's had one heck of a season. They've had beyond a heck of a season, but all I'm going to say is a heck. So foul straight back and quickly down 0-2 with 1 out. They really have. They've exceeded all expectations, and now they're starting to expect good things out of themselves, which is really great. Next year, even better. And I don't want to look any past that because I don't want to look past these 3 juniors because they're going to have a whole another year. They're going to have a heck of a season, and they're the glue of the team. They bring it together, and it starts right behind the plate with Dina Arnold. Strike 3, and it falls. She's going to run it out to first, and the throw is made to first, so out number 2 in the inning. Strikeout fashion, and up number 25 for the Bulldogs. That's Elena Fazaro, and we can talk a little bit about Elena Fazaro. She was voted Athlete of the Week ending May 14th by the Westerly Sun, and that is for her effort versus Charahoe, which snapped the 18-game losing streak the Bulldogs had versus Charahoe. I'll tell you about her night later on here. And the first pitch upstairs, ball 1. She had a bases-clearing triple, 3 RBIs that broke things open for the Bulldogs. And I will tell you the rest of her stats as we go, but had one heck of a game and definitely deserving of the recognition. That's popped softly in foul territory, and no one's going to get there. And the count goes to 1-1. So we have 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. The game's moving right along. Got a little bit of a late start because of the JV game. And honestly, the festivities here, you would think this is some type of division title game. But what's the amazing thing is it's been like this all year. And it's just grown every game as they've grown more exciting and people are hearing about them. And they're, like I said, they're growing more confidence in this team. And fouled back, and that's going to be out of play. Well, it's going to be in play off the backstop, straight back towards us. And that's going to make count 1 and 2. But like I said, they will be here again, and we're going to bring it to you live at some point next week. The boys' baseball team earned a first-round bye, and they're going to start their playoffs right here at Similori Field, Similori Sports Complex. Swing, driven, foul territory to the left. A long strike hit well by Fazaro. Their playoffs are going to start either Thursday or Friday, I've heard, maybe both. Maybe just Friday. Again, unofficial, official. I did speak to the head coach. However, it's not in stone yet. I think the week has to actually end. And that's upstairs for a ball, so a 2-2 count. Fazaro making her work, fouled off 3 pitches so far. So the Bulldogs will have a couple of home games on the other side of that Similori Sports Complex as they are the division champion. Division 2B South, and that is going to land in fair territory. Yes! Falls into that little triangle and finally drops it in as a hit. She was working the pitcher, and that's what she does. And finally drops one in, so the Bulldogs are in business with 2. 2 outs, 1 on here in the bottom of the second, and they can do it with 2 because up comes captain catcher Dina Arnold, number 23. No better spot and no better batter for this spot than the captain Dina Arnold, who does a heck of a job behind the plate and leading this team. Really the glue of the team. And that pitch is upstairs. Throw down to first base, gets back easily, so 1-0 count. Good eye by Arnold. We have no score here in the bottom of the second inning. This is Westerly.Live, Westerly.Radio, bringing you the last spring regular season event. Last event of the spring regular season, I should say. Upcoming are some playoff games. And that's going to be low and in. 2-0, she's up. And Fazaro getting a little attention down there at first base, doing a nice job whenever you do that. But 3 teams earn the honors to move on and play forward. And I do believe they will have at least a shot on their own floor. At least one, possibly a couple. Depends on how everything falls and shakes out. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. A nice cut Arnold took at it. So obviously everything once the playoffs hit matters, you got to win to move forward. There's a double elimination softball tournament, but some teams, and possibly because they're a 3 seed, the Bulldogs may play a preliminary game, and if you lose that, you don't get into that double elimination tournament. So there's a lot of different factors out there, folks. It really is. And I could talk about that and ignore the whole game. I don't want to ignore the game, even though the game, in all technicality, doesn't have any effect on their postseason spot. What you want to see is the teams working on things. You want to get them in a groove and hit the playoffs with momentum. Swinging the bat, feeling good. Swinging a miss, gets to the backstop. She's going to make her way to first base, and she's going to get there. The throw goes to right field. Fazaro wisely runs to third, and the Bulldogs are in business with 2 outs, folks. Arnold got by the catcher before the catcher even did. She took off, got a great jump, and the throw was late, so she reaches first on a swing and a miss. So we got 2 outs. Runners on first and third for the Bulldogs, and batting the third baseman, Isabella Austin, number 19, a freshman. And Coach Luppy, speaking to the umpire, we're going to have a pinch runner for Arnold, the catcher, as a pitcher and catcher often get runners when they reach base here. So we have a tight ball game thus far, an efficient game to say the least. This is the biggest threat of the game. And it's still early, folks, let me tell you. And this is the warm-up, but there is not much time off for this team. For the baseball team, it's a little different. They have a whole week off, and there will be a scrimmage at 10 a.m., Similarity Field versus Bishop Hendrick. Only a scrimmage. And the pitch called strike, takes it, and Arnold trying to, the pinch runner, number 14, Brooke Power, trying to get the attention, maybe create a little pickle over there between first and second. They don't buy. Bulldogs, 2 runners in scoring position. They're a hit away from breaking in 2 runs on the board. Can they get it? And that's upstairs, ball 1. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, 2 on in scoring position. Ducks on the pond, as they would say. So the Bulldogs, just to break up and not have too long of a break, have scheduled at 10 a.m. Monday, which is a holiday. The kids are out of school. Memorial Day, scrimmage versus Bishop Hendrick right here at Similarity Field. Swing and a miss. And that is going to make the count 1-2 with 2 down. Big pitch here for the Bulldogs and for Barrington. And that's going to be fouled straight back. That was right over the plate. Not a lot of movement on this pitcher's ball. The Bulldogs should settle in after one time through, I would think. It's pretty much all the pitches. They do have some spin, but they're pretty much coming in more or less with just a little soft arc. As Valentini's can dive and disappear on you, and she's got more pop. And fouled straight back. See that pitch? She's got location. They're a little bit upstairs, and that's why we're getting under them. And we haven't hit her too hard our first time through. But as far as velocity and as far as movement, there's not too much of it. But, again, I'm not going to pick on a freshman. Everybody's a freshman that I've been announcing here on Barrington. So, not that I pick on anybody. But, only a freshman on the rubber here, and she's doing a heck of a job so far. And fouled back, making her work here is Austin. 1-2 count still. 2 outs, runners on the corners for the Bulldogs. So all the chips on the table next week, folks, as we will be bringing you playoff action. Get a good night's sleep, folks, because I am going to be going crazy. You're going to be ready to tune in. It is do or die. It's everything they worked their whole season for. And driven to center field, a fly ball. Can anyone track it deep? Right fielder can't get there, and that's going to plate 2 of them. Falls just in, and that's a double by Isabella Austin. 2 RBIs with 2 outs. The Bulldogs open it up with 2 runs. A 1-2 count. She fouls off the next 2 pitches fighting for her at bat and got under it and just placed it perfectly. Nobody could get there. 2 RBIs. It's a 2 RBI double. She wisely ran to second because they weren't in any rush and no one was covering the base. So she remains now in a scoring position. I call that softball IQ. I call it baseball IQ. I call it whatever IQ, depending on the sport. And they have it. They follow the throw, see what you're doing. And the Bulldogs have their 3rd run in scoring position now. At bat, one of their junior leaders, Captain Ava Tenuta. One of the solid outfielders of the Bulldogs, and fouled straight back. So it was a 1-2 hit by Austin that has broken it open 2-0 for the Bulldogs with 2 down and runners on the corners. They had that was a 2-out attack. What a job by the Bulldogs. And count 0-1, 2 outs, 2-0 Westerly here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And that pitch in the dirt, it gets by her though, so she's going to get to 3rd. And she's going to round it. And now the next pass ball could matter and could hurt if there is one. And now knowing that there is a freshman on the mound, and I'm looking through the number here in the back, looks like number 18 maybe. Yeah, that's what you figure. The catcher's a freshman as well. Everybody I look at, I'm seeing 8 seniors on the roster, but their pitcher and catcher are both freshmen. They're doing a heck of a job, so it's good for me to realize that. And the swing and a miss, I guess that might be off speed. I just think the Bulldogs, once they idle down, which some of their lineup is starting to do as they get towards the bottom, they'll get used to the velocity or slower velocity than what they've been facing and what they're facing, what they're going to face going forward. I just think they're going to get into a groove here. There's not a lot of movement coming in. And that's upstairs out of the zone, and that's where they're going to get them. And that ends the inning for the Bulldogs, but not before they break onto the scoreboard, and the Bulldogs will go into the 3rd inning after 2 complete The Bulldogs lead by a score of 2-0 here at Similari Sports Complex. All the excitement. The parking lot is full. Cars wrapping the baseball field. The crowd 7-8 deep on the left, as you can see. And there's people camping out back of the trucks. There's a bake sale. There's food. There's music. It's just an unbelievable, it's an electric environment. It's the last regular season game for these Lady Bulldogs, but it's not the last game here. They've earned the right to move forward with no seniors, with those 3 junior captains and the rest freshmen and sophomores. Yes, they have earned going into tonight a 13-4 record, a number 3 seed in the entire division, and they've earned a spot in the postseason here at home. So what a job by this team, and they deserve the following that they have. I'm so excited. I'm going to be even more excited next week, which could be as quick as Tuesday. I'm just as excited as the baseball division champs, first 20-game winner since the year 2000, I believe, and I do believe the coach, Spazzato, was on that team. And they're coming back in action. It's going to be a big break, a week off for them because they have a bye. So that's going to be next Thursday or Friday or both. Like I said, Westerly.live will give it to you as early as they can. And like I said, tune in. Don't tune in. Correction. If you want to see a scrimmage, head to the Similari Sports Complex at 10 a.m. And they're going to be scrimmaging Bishop Hendricken, and they're going to be getting everybody in the game. It means absolutely nothing. So they're just going to do it to keep players loose here during their break. So that being said, we're back here on the softball field, and Valentini's ready, and the pitch. Ground ball to Vedolino. Vacuums it up. Easy throw to first, no problemo. That's her second put, out 4-3 for the out number 1 on the first pitch, and the pitch count stays down. Valentini in a groove, either having them swing and miss or having them on the hands or at the end of the bat. Not one of them really hit the meat of the bat whatsoever, other than the one that went off of her forearm. And fortunately, it wasn't the throwing forearm. And that breaking ball called strike. She put some pop on the ball. Major discrepancy between the two pitches and their velocity, I'll tell you that. And a swing and a miss, breaking ball in the outside corner. Breaks away, starts as a strike, and missed by quite a bit. 0-2 count, 1 down, nobody on. This game moving right along here on top of the third inning. Bulldogs up 2-0 here. And Nubs go to foul territory, and that's going to be a second strike. 0-2 the count, 1 out. And Bulldogs volleyball, I'll give you some more details about them, but they've earned their right to play a game at Federico Gymnasium. And there's a rumor that could be on the 6th, we were told, after their victory versus Pilgrim last night. And that was a season sweep of Pilgrim. And it's up and away for a ball. And that season sweep allowed them to leapfrog Pilgrim and get into third place in addition to the Lady Bulldogs. So we have a division champ at first seed. We have 2 third seeds in the spring season going into the playoffs. And a soft fly ball to right center, calling it by the center field. She takes it. That's Henderson. Nice job. Good communication. I can hear it from here. And that is Maya Henderson, the sophomore for the Bulldogs in center field. And that is her second put out of the game. 2 outs, nobody on. So the volleyball team does a nice job themselves, and they are a buzzsaw as well in the playoffs because they have played every team in their division and any team that's above them. Mount St. Charles, North Smithfield Co-op, they're undefeated, and the Bulldogs volleyball team took them to 5. The second place, East Providence, the Bulldogs were up 2-0. It went to 5. They couldn't finish it. But Pilgrim, who was in third place, they swept. So there is not a big discrepancy between the Bulldogs volleyball squad and the number 1 team in the division, unbeaten Mount St. Charles, North Smithfield. And then you back to baseball, they are the number 1 team. And you have this team right here. The sky is the limit. No one expected them to be where they are. The future is just beyond bright. The following is huge. The atmosphere is unbelievable. If you can't get to the game next week, tune in. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, folks. We are going to bring you action because that's what they bring us here. They have so much excitement. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. This inning is over. Before it even started, Valentini mows down the Barrington lineup and through 2.5 innings of play, the score Bulldogs 2 and Barrington 0. And the Bulldogs get set to bat for the 3rd time as they should be about to flip the order, and Storr should be due up here, I do believe, soon. And the Bulldogs make their cheer. There's music back in the dugout. Oh, so getting back to, Athlete of the Week. So, Elena Fazaro, it was bases loaded triple, and that's what keyed the Bulldogs over Charo in a Saturday night game. We covered that game. It was an 18-game losing streak that they broke. The Bulldogs scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. That inning, highlighted by Fazzaro's triple to left. Lily Vedolino followed immediately with a hit to right field and RBI to score Fazzaro. So that was a huge inning to break the 18-game streak. She was deserving of the award. Congratulations to her. That's the second Lady Bulldog that's gotten the award this season, as Sophie Valentini got the award in the first, maybe I believe one of the first 2 weeks of the season, April something. And that honestly wasn't her best game of the year even. She's pitched even better. But how many times can you give it to somebody? It's the same situation with Dean Pons Jr. over on the diamond. He's on the hill. And every time he pitches, the kid's ERA is like nothing. He strikes out just about everybody. And if he doesn't strike him out, he gets them to ground him out to him, generally. But how many times can you give it to one person? He's been awarded it, I do believe, once or twice. I know for a fact once or twice, possibly. And it's just it's a credit to the entire atmosphere of sports, all these sport teams, to have 3 teams doing so well. And out of 5 is really, really impressive. And I'm just super excited about the next week or two, hopefully 2. And then after that, who knows? I don't know if it goes much further. I know the whole playoffs, everything's got to be done by the end of the school year. So it's all done in June. And June's not far away. So I was right, and the inning starts off with Alex Storr, the leadoff hitter, number 36, shortstop, who's done a nice job, made 2 plays for the Bulldogs here tonight. And the atmosphere livens up. It was a little bit quiet maybe out here, but now you can hear the fans, you can hear the team in the dugout, and it is crazy. And the baseball teams made their way here, which is great to see that kind of support. The dog pound is what you call them when you're in Federico Gymnasium, or you call them that out here. The support within the high school to do that is great. And going with the pitch to the opposite field, unfortunately, right at the right fielder. Beautiful job of hitting, really was. Went with the pitch on the outside corner, got a good piece of it. Unfortunately, the right fielder playing the line, really playing for that kind of a spray, and the out. So 1 up, 1 down for the Bulldogs, and pitcher Sophie Valentini tries to get things started here and help her own cause. She is on fire on the hill, is on fire at bat on the season for the Bulldogs. First pitch upstairs. Valentini in the last game had 4 RBIs. She struck out 12. They won in extra innings. They scored 5 runs, folks. They were down 5-0 going into the last frame, the 7th inning. They scored 5 runs in the 7th. And that's going to hit the gap in right center field. Another great piece of hitting, and a hard piece of hitting rolls all the way to where there would be a warning track. Stand-up double for Valentini. Gets things started for the Bulldogs. And the left side of this softball field definitely livens up and wakes up. And the Bulldogs again have someone in scoring position. We switch runners. They slap hands. And Caracciolo at bat, number 27, the hard-hitting first baseman for the Bulldogs. With 1 duck on the pond, trying to add to the 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. I did think that the Bulldogs were going to start to settle in a little bit, and it seems like they're doing that. You're hearing it off the bat a little bit harder. Storr even got a hit on it in this. And it is loud here, folks. It is the loudest I think it's been in any environment yet this season. Any game we've played, I'm yelling right now because I know you're getting a lot of the action live from outside. And there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of interest in this team, and it's just going to grow. It's going to grow next week. It's going to grow the week after and next year. It's just super exciting. And she gets down on it, hits it to the right center gap, and she gets it by everybody in the air to the base of the fence. And that's going to plate a run for the Bulldogs. And she's into 3rd with a stand-up triple. Caracciolo clears the base for the Bulldogs. The 3rd run in to the fence, right center field. And 3 Bulldogs in a row have gone with the pitch. This pitcher trying to use the outside portion of the plate. Every Bulldog hitter hitting to the outside portion of the plate and abusing the outside corner there. And I'm noticing here that for a moment here, they're missing an outfielder. There could be a reason that there's such huge gaps or why they're playing where they are. But they do have 3 outfielders. But regardless, that was driven to the fence, showing the power in Caracciolo's bat. She is on fire here at the perfect time of the season. As the season goes on, they're getting hotter. She's getting hotter. And Vedolino pops one up in foul territory. I don't think anyone's going to get there, and they're not. New life here for number 1 of the Bulldogs, who now lead 3-0, 1 down, and a runner on 3rd. Looking to plate their 4th run. They definitely don't want to leave her there. So Barrington, I'm going to throw it out there now. It looks like they're playing shorthanded in the outfield. That's going to lead to a lot of gaps in the outfield, without a doubt. but forced to play the game, more than likely. They just played a JV game. I don't know why they don't drag a player up or have had one less player in that game and put the extra player in this game. A simple lineup change seems to me to be the solution of that problem. But I could be wrong. I have no idea how, but I could. Back to the field. Now that I see that, there's a lot of places the Bulldogs can put the ball. Regardless, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, foul back by Lamb. Those were all hits. I don't care. The one started going way back to the one by Fazaro. With 4 outfielders, they are putting it where they're supposed to, going with the pitch on the outside, and they're driving it. It's not like they're hitting just pop-ups that are landing in that open gap. So it hasn't really affected them much at all at this point. Will it? More than likely, at some point. So run number 4 is just sitting there at third base, and Lamb, frustrated, fouls it back. And they're frustrated they're not timing it because it's coming in pretty straight, and these kind of pitches are really enticing. I used to play baseball. I know this is a straight pitcher, folks. Not a lot of movement on this freshman's pitch, and not a lot of velocity. Relies a lot, obviously, on her control, and she's young. It swings down in the dirt. It's going to be a throw out to first, and throws it away. But she had stopped her run. Let's see if they get there anyway. She gets to first safely. Lucky for her, the coach might have been on her. Luppy giving her the stare down. Coach Luppy from the third base box. I can see it. But fortunately for her, folks, that scores the 4th run, which if they had thrown out at first, it would not have. So a good decision to turn around and go. And the runner from third scores. Caracciolo, and the Bulldogs get their 4th run in on the strikeout. Dropped by the catcher. Ball in the dirt. Caracciolo wisely runs home. And Fazaro up to bat again by the Bulldogs. Just batted last inning, and they've swung their way around and are up by 4 now. 2 outs, runner on first. Lamb at first base. Funny from our perspective, but there's different perspectives down on the field that I'm sure look at that differently. It worked out for the Bulldogs. They're stealing down the line. That's a fair ball, and he's going to blow it dead. Oh, boy. I see it very foul now. It looks like it went over the base. Maybe a replay might show. I don't know. Regardless, they call it foul. Hard hit for certain. And like I said, as the lineup progresses, they have flipped it. This is their second at bat, everybody. And they're hitting it right on the laces now because all they had to do was sit back on that back foot a little bit. Ahead of that one's Fazaro. She strikes out. That ends the inning for Barrington. And the Eagles aren't sure that was even 3 outs. But they are heading back to the dugout. And it is 3 outs, folks. 30 innings in the books here at Similori Field. And the Bulldogs 4, Barrington 0. And Valentini helps her own cause that in. Good hitting by Caracciolo. And nice hitting by everybody, actually, that made their way to the plate. Nice job by the Bulldogs of capitalizing on a couple of mishaps. And they are suddenly up by 4 runs here. And we have 3 innings in the books. This is the season finale, regular season finale. Similori Field, under the lights, prime time Thursday night. Softball, we got off to a late start, folks, but the atmosphere, like I said, there's no better place to play in the state. The support for this team is phenomenal. I love it outside here. They're having a bake sale. There is music. There is tailgating. And this is the regular season game, and they've thrown up the 3 seed. And folks, if they came out, and I know that this team never comes out and doesn't give their all. There are trap games in the world that Coach Clumpy's been around too long. His teams don't fall victim to that, and the rest of the coaches as well. So, and you can see that they came out with their A game here tonight, and they're playing well. They're up by 4 runs, and you never want to back into the playoffs and lose a game and then have to change momentum when it's a do-or-die game or anything like that. So they're going to go into the playoffs, the 3 seed, and find out when they play. They may have that win and get in game, prelim game, I guess they call it, and that could be as quick as Tuesday. They may not have to play in it. We'll have to see. Again, it has nothing to do with the end of this one. This is just a regular season finale with a fantastic atmosphere. We're bringing it to you live. And like I said, the schedule online at Westerly.live is going to be updated as the news comes in to producer-owner Shane Belanger. And he's going to just update things as we find out because everything's fluid from here out. This is the regular season spring finale and all the sports, folks, for the Bulldogs. We brought you some impressive regular seasons, some young teams, folks, and some teams that have really put things together. Great future for all the squads. And Valentini getting ready to get started here, top of the 4th inning. 3 innings in the books, 4-0 lead for the Bulldogs, and we're ready to go. We're moving right along in this one. First pitch called strike, movement. And we got some audio from, it looks like, sounds like the Bulldog baseball team down below with some support for the pitcher. And the second pitcher of the inning, 0-1 upstairs, called the ball. 1-1 count. Top of the fourth, under the lights here, folks. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you the regular season finale of fast-pitch Lady Bulldog softball. And this young seniorless squad has put together an impressive 13-4 2022 regular season campaign. Called strike three on the field, and Valentini is good. It looks to me like she's rolling into the playoffs the way she wants to, because so far she's mowing them down this game, folks. As she strikes out the first batter of the fourth inning. Moving right along, no threats yet thus far by Barrington at the plate. And as I open my mouth, they drop a single right into center field through the legs of our center fielder, and that's going to turn into a double. And sometimes I open my mouth and the opposite things happen, and that shouldn't be the case. So, Valentini gives up her first hit of the game and puts Barrington runner in scoring position, and they threaten for the first time. Number 16 to bat for Barrington, Michaela Bear, and she is one of the 8 seniors. She is their third baseman. And this could be her finale. This is it, folks, for her. So, like I said, they're a buzzsaw. You only up 4 runs. And there's a lot of support coming from down below. Like I said, this team, it was the same way for the baseball team's home finale. It was a senior night because they had seniors. But it's just great to see the support. And we bring it all to you live when you're not here. And obviously, you can always look back on any of these events at Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Westerly.live, Westerly.radio on your web browser. Valentini 0-2, 1 out, no runner on second base. Swing and a miss. Strikeout fashion seems to be the way she's flowing tonight, folks. She takes things into her own hands when she has to, and remember, it's only a sophomore. But you got to also remember, this sophomore-junior connection, this connection she has with Dina Arnold, this grows in the connection between a catcher and a pitcher. Ground ball store, vacuums it up to Caracciolo, and that wraps him up. This 4 batters, 3 outs, no problem with the runner on second base. The Bulldogs mow him down. Valentini and Arnold, the electric connection. And I was just talking about them, so we have 3.5 in the books. Bulldogs set the bat in their bottom half of the fourth inning here. Talking more about a pitcher-catcher relationship, folks, it is really important. It's important at every level of baseball and softball, and they really do have a good relationship, and it's a real good thing for Valentini, in my opinion, that she has Arnold, and Arnold is the one that has that 1 year seniority, the one behind the plate, really the captain of the whole field, in my opinion, and she plays that role. She plays that leadership role, and to watch them grow together all season, this season's been great. It's going to be even better, that bond, next season. And I know our senior year there's going to be some new bond that's going to develop, but just the excitement for this going into the playoffs this year. And then next year, man, talk about a glass half full. This glass is like full already. And if you looked around the field, you'd know it. They're parked around the vacant baseball field because there's no one playing. If there was, you wouldn't park there because that team pops them out of the park all the time. We got some successful athletes in the spring here this year, folks. We've been bringing it to you live, Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, all year long, and it is culminating here, folks, in the next couple weeks. It all goes away for the summer, folks. That is the sports action at high school, not Westerly.live. They just getting into gear, folks. But as far as Bulldog sports action goes, we're winding down, and it's do or die after tonight, folks, pretty much. For these teams as we move forward now. Number 10, the freshman, continuing to warm up. And speaking of Dina Arnold, she's going to lead off the inning for the Bulldogs, the catcher and captain. Bottom half of the fourth inning as the sun has now nestled its way behind, tucked itself in for the day. And we are under the lights here for the season finale, primetime softball, Similori Field, folks. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, your only source for Bulldog home action, folks. And it's great. All 3 Bulldog teams not only made those 3 Bulldog teams not only made the playoffs, but earned the honors to play at home. That's fantastic. The Bulldogs volleyball team had a huge win last night. Dante Wilk produced 22 kills. Ogle had 16. Bulldogs beat Pilgrim 3-2 in 5. Arnold steps in here for the bottom of the fourth. And first pitch up and in, ball 1. And a chant again from the backstop tuning in. It's great to see the athletes supporting the athletes in the high school. That shows you a lot about the school system. It really does. It tells you about every level, even the teaching level. It really does, in my opinion, to have all this support all around the families, everybody just here. It's like a festival And it's just the environment is just so fun. There's no better place to be, and there's no better place to tune in and watch. And the pitch, swing on, drives it left, but out of play. And then thank God there's a tree there because there was a car on the other side of it that it was honing in on, folks. And it's almost like that car parked there on purpose, and I'm sure it did. This killer's alley over there on the baseball field, you got to be careful where you park. You could even get hit off a bounce and it'll break your windshield. Anyway, 2-1 count here, back down on the field. The catcher, Captain Dina Arnold, the junior, leading this group of sophomore and freshmen into the playoffs as a junior. And fouled straight back, 2-2 the count, just under that one. Nobody out here in the fourth, and that's a ground ball, hard ground ball to short. She takes it clean, throw to first. It's on time for the out. Nice play by Barrington. So Barrington doing a nice job on defense so far, even though they're playing with 8. I got to be honest with you, they're doing a pretty nice job. 2 balls have hit the alley, and both of those balls I really think would have hit an alley anyway, maybe 1 base less than it was, regardless. But it is clearly tougher to play with 3 outfielders. I don't know why they were able to field a game just prior to this one, and they don't have enough for this one. A strike called on Austin, who did a nice job. She was the first runner to reach scoring position for the Bulldogs and was later plated their first run of the day. Got things started that time with 2 outs. Has 1 out and nobody on, and see what she can do here in this at-bat. And she waits on it and goes to right field, being tracked by the right fielder, and she takes it in. And that is a 9 unassisted for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down for the Bulldogs. Right now a 4-0 lead. Nobody on and 2 out for the Dogs. Bottom half of the 4th inning as we're crossing the midway point of this ball game. Bulldogs have a semi-comfortable lead. Nothing's comfortable, especially not only 4, to be honest with you, as they just came back by 5. I haven't gotten back to that game yet. They just came back by a 5-run deficit in the bottom of the 7th. Top of the 7th. But the 5-run deficit in that inning, I'll tell you about it between innings when there's more time. I don't want to miss out on Ava Tenuda's at bat, number 22, the junior outfielder, also a leader, the glue to this team. These are the 3 that are coming back next year. They'll be the senior captains. And that's pop foul out of play. The count goes to 1-1, 2 outs, nobody on. There will be a senior night next year. Those will be the 3 seniors on the squad, and they're leading the team as seniors this year. As the Bulldog transitioned into Valentini's starting full-time position on the rubber this year, fully ready for it. She was ready last year. She pitched a lot last year and was extremely effective when she did. When she did get her moments, Luppy definitely worked her in whenever possible, and obviously that was a wise decision on his part. Who can question a guy who's coached 58 years? No, not that long, but just a lot of years, Coach Luppy down there. He's done such a magnificent job, and he is huge, him and his staff. And swinging, she gets under this one. Second baseman tracking and might get behind her, and nope, she takes it in with no problem. And that is going to be a 4 unassisted. 3 up, 3 down for the Bulldogs. We got 4 in the books here, folks. And 5 from Similori Field. Bulldogs 4, Eagles 0 in the regular season finale. The Westerly Bulldog ladies fast pitch softball team. Folks, if you're just tuning in, they have already earned, locked, and loaded. They are the number 3 seed heading into the playoffs. When, where, who, what, and why they play. Why they play is because they've done a heck of a job with no seniors this year of earning a 13-4 league record going into this game. This game doesn't mean a thing other than momentum. It doesn't mean a thing on the books numerically, because as far as backing into a playoffs, moving in after losing a game, that's a tough way to move in. It's harder than you think going in and trying to get into the groove and switch and get into a winning streak. Well, I'll tell you right now, the last game the Bulldogs played, they were down by 5 runs in the 7th inning. Valentini, our pitcher right there, hit 2-run singles in the 7th inning and 10th inning as Wesley High beat Narragansett 10-6 in the extra innings. They're down 5-0 going into the last inning. They're coming off of that momentum, trailing 5-0 in the last inning of the game. Tied it up, went on to win 10-6. Now they're here tonight to finish their regular season with that momentum, and they got the support in the stands. This place is beyond packed. I can't see the bleachers. They're overflowing with people all the way down the line. The cars are parked around the baseball field. The baseball team seems to be lining the outfield. I don't know if they're allowed to be out there. It was just an announcement. Maybe that's not the best idea for them to be there, but they're there at the moment. So that being said, Valentini ready to go here in the top of the 5th inning, and she is on her mark tonight. She is on her spot, hitting everything. She's got pop on her fastball, hasn't needed it very much, but when she throws it, they're not able to keep up with it. And as I said, they got the baseball team lining the outfield. There was an announcement made. I'm not sure what it was, but the support, like I said, moving around here as we approach the playoffs is it's unified. It's fantastic. Foul back, 1-1 the count. And this could be volleyball members out there, baseball team, the 3 sports, all supporting each other. It's unbelievable. It's just exciting for me. I love being here. This is my best time of the day. I tell you what, I couldn't wait all day to take this game in. And the pitch by Valentini, a slow breaking ball. What a job waiting on it, and that's going to beat everybody and lands at the base of the fence. That was a nice drive. Waited on the breaking ball, got it in. Nice job by the Bulldogs on the relay from the base of the fence to score. Holzer with a stand-up double. Nice piece of hitting by the Eagle batter. That is number 28, the freshman, Ruby Steelman. She's the catcher and the center fielder. She's a center fielder today. So if you're a catcher or you're a center fielder, you're a good defensive player. Two leadership positions, you would say, one in the infield and one in the outfield. And when you're the center fielder of only 3 outfielders. No, they're not short anybody. We have 3 outfielders. I think excuse me. Yeah, we play with 3 outfielders unless we're playing 8-on-8 here tonight. 9-on-9, correction. Which is what we always play with. Fouled back. 1-1 count. Nobody out here. Top 5th inning. Bulldogs 4, Eagles 0 with another chance. They had a runner on second base earlier in the game one time. Valentini took care of it immediately. Grounded to Austin. Takes it in. Throws to first. Caracciolo doesn't throw back. So the Eagle runner does advance on the fielder's choice. 1 down in the inning now and a runner on third base. So now something to the right side or anything to the outfield will probably score the Eagles' first run, which could break the ice for them and make things interesting here. Number 22 at bat for the Eagles. That's M11, the third baseman, the senior. Valentini at the ready, 1-1, 1 out, runner on third, swing foul back. Count is 1-1. Eagle on third base here in the top of the 5th inning, looking to break into the scoring column. And just a little bit by Arnold, but she is quick to retrieve. She knows the backstop. She knows the kicks, and it's a lot of funny bounces. It's definitely a flat backstop, but it never comes straight back when you need it to. And the pitch by Valentini up in. That does get by her, and they are going to test it at home, and the throw is Valentini wide. So the Eagles are on the board with 1. 4-1 the score. 1 out, and the bases are now empty. A little frustration on the field, but what are you going to do with that? A little high and away. Arnold couldn't reel it in. And as I was saying, it's a tough backstop to get the kickoff of. So we're back with the bases empty, 1 out now, and the score 4-1. 3-1 on the count. Yeah, that was a brain lapse, I do believe, on my end. So the Bulldogs hitting the same alley the Eagles utilizing the same alley on the opposite side that the Bulldogs have abused on the right side, hitting right center field several times, and now the Eagles using left center field. That drive by number 28, which is her second hit tonight. She was left on one time earlier. Not this time, though, as they are now in business again with a runner on first base and 1 out. So Valentini a little frustrated, a little shook here. Everything a little bit quieter. And swing ground ball gets past the first baseman. That's a single. And that's going to bring a throw in to Store. Runners at the corners. The Eagles are in business. Their dugout is excited. And their fans as well. Number 10 at bat for the Eagles. Kendall Fisher, another freshman. A lot of freshmen get action here, folks. So it seems to be there's either seniors or freshmen playing. And that one's going to go to Ventalino. Tough hop off her shin. and everybody's going to be safe. That plates the second run. Runners on first and second, and only one out. And the Eagles are starting to fly a little bit here. Bulldogs need to take a little bit of a deep breath now. There's a force out anywhere on the field, like first, second, or third base. They got to really try to knock down that lead runner. The lead's been cut in half. It's 4-2, and number 18 set to hit for the Eagles. That's Ace McCoy, another freshman. So right back in it is Barrington. Ball one. Arnold checks first, back to Valentini, who you can see is a little bit frustrated. This is the hardest clearly she's had to work, obviously. First inning, she's giving up anything. And that stays upstairs 2-0. And the environment definitely quieter here. And this one driven to right field. Looks like we got a beat on it, and we do. Taking in for the out. They're going to tag and go to third. Got to get it in. It gets into Vedolino. So the runner does advance to third, but there are 2 outs. So, and you can hear the coach is actually yelling what I just said. Don't play with the ball. Outfielder's got to make the catch and throw it in. See that extra little shuffle you saw on that replay? You don't want to do that. That can be the difference in a run. It really can. And the coaches yelled it right after I was thinking it out loud to you guys. And they're going to steal a second without a contest. So here's the deal. Now it's on Valentini. I mean, you don't want to give her anything really to hit because you got first base open. She's a senior right here at bat, so she's no newbie. So you got to be careful around the plate, and she throws to the inside, hits her on the wrist. Nice pitch, nice location. You don't need to give her too much to the plate. You need to be patient as a pitcher, and that's the thing as a sophomore. Can you be patient in these scenarios? She has shown more often than not she is. And that was a beauty. Up and away, hits the corner of the strike zone. Not a lot of it, but what a beautiful pitch for any scenario. And quickly ahead, 1-2. So this sophomore clearly knows more than me, and I knew that going in. And that's upstairs into right field and fair. And that's a problem, folks. That's going to play both of them. And we got a tie game. Sprayed it just onto the foul line. And they have tied this thing up at 4. Wake up, Similori Field. We got a ball game. This regular season is not over, folks. There is still 3 more innings to go. Well, 2 in the third here. 2 outs, runner on first. Eagles have flown in 4 runs this inning. Everybody's got to calm down. I'm glad to see them meeting at the mound, at the rubber, and taking a deep breath here, folks. All the viewers, take a deep breath yourselves, because first of all, I will tell you, this game, numerically, is not going to harm the Bulldogs if they end up with less runs on the scoreboard. That is as nice as I'm going to be about it, because I never like a team losing a game and then going into the playoffs. I don't like how it's not a good feel. It's called backing in, and in momentum to me in high school sports, energy, excitement, carryover to me is huge. It's always been, it was at least always that way on teams that I participated for, and that starts at Little League and Pee Wee football, and they develop that way. So that's just the way it is. And here we go. Valentini answers here. Her first pitch of ball. So the Bulldogs really want to answer here when they do get their opportunity at the plate. In my opinion, they have the superior pitcher. There's no doubt in Valentini. Just a little bit shook, and the lineup has taken advantage of it with some well-hit balls. Check swing. Sounds like she didn't go, and she didn't. 2-0 the count. So they took their little break and 2 straight balls out of it here. 2-0 the count. 2 outs, runner on first. We are all squared up at 4 here. A little bit quieter here on the left side of the field. And a nice pitch. That's a nice breaking ball on the outside. That Barrington, that was the pitch that she just got enough contact of. Did a great job spraying it to right field and clearing the bases to tie things up with 2 RBIs. A 2-out, 2 RBI single by the senior. Like I said, she wasn't a newbie. There are 8 seniors and there's 7 freshmen. So you got in the middle. I don't know how that happened on that team. There's a 1 sophomore, whatever. But regardless, they came, and those 8 seniors, this is it, man. They got nothing to lose. They're going to play with everything. They want to walk off, and they want a bus ride home. They want to stop at McDonald's on the way home, and they want to party as a team and walk off as winners. I remember those days, and Westerly doesn't want to lose, going in driven deep to left field, and that is almost off the base of the fence. Way by the left field, and the relay bobbled by Storr. The throw home. It's late because of the drop, and 2 more runs in for the, holy smokes, folks, another one in, for the Eagles. and a base clearing double with 2 outs makes the score 5-4. The score 6-4, folks. Here in the top of the 5th, they have dropped 6 runs on the Bulldogs. Coach Luppy at the pitcher's mound talking to his team. Again, he's got to let everybody breathe. You got the emotions, like I said, they swing high to low everywhere here now. And teams can get rattled. Clearly, they're a little rattled right now, and they are just hitting right now. I got to tell you, the snot out of the ball. They're hitting the laces there, and these are not cheap hits. When I made my first call on that ball, I thought I had a chance. I said driven deep, thinking that one might carry. It ended up the air deadened it, and it didn't even hit the base of the fence. But these balls are beating our outfielders. They're hitting the lanes that we normally hit, right center and left center, because we only play with. Because there's only 3 outfielders out there. I don't know what I was referring to earlier. But so things aren't working out so well at the moment for the Bulldogs. We'll hope the voodoo and the changes a little bit, the energy here in the regular season finale, like I said. And they are now suddenly trailing by 2. And their first pitch out of the break here is a strike fouled on the right side. A lot of this damage has been done with 2 outs, folks. But a 6-run explosion by the Eagles in the 5th. 4 innings that nearly untouchable for Valentini. And, wow, I don't know what went wrong, what the difference has been. I don't see a huge difference in her pitches. Location a little bit, obviously. I mean, no genius saying that. But it really does look like she's hitting her marks a little bit. There's pop, there's movement. Barrington's just hitting the ball. That is right over the play there. And that is fouled down the line for strike 2 again. 2 strikes on the batter with 2 outs and a runner on second. Another duck. You don't want to let that one in and go down by 3. The crowd a little bit quiet down the line, and they will get excited. It only takes a single. So when the Bulldogs hopefully get out of this inning at this at bat, the pitch offering outside, ground ball to Letalino. 2-out ground ball, vacuums it up for the first. That'll end the nightmare inning. So top of the 5th in the books. We're 4.5 in, and what was just 4-0, boom, bang, just like that. The Eagles have flown in 6 runs and have a 2-run lead in what is their road senior night. This is the last game on the road. This is their last game, folks. These seniors don't get to play anymore, and I mentioned it before the game. You can never, there's 8 players on that team that this is it for. Westerly has 0 players on their team that this is it for. And emotionally, there is a difference there. Did I think they were to come out after what was offered by Valentini in the first 4 innings and do that? No, not a chance. Not a chance in heck. I don't really see how they made the adjustment that fast, but they really did. Valentini was a little frustrated coming out of the offensive portion of the inning, and I think she wore a little bit of emotion on her sleeve that inning. Things didn't work out. The ball was hit well, but she's definitely bounces back from innings like this. So I have no question that in the 6th and 7th inning, she can mow them down 6 straight. She can bounce back easily like that. She is very beyond a sophomore pitcher mentality out there on the rubber. And that's what the Bulldogs are going to need. But in addition to that, they're going to need 2 runs at least. They have flipped the top. Now the third, number 36, Alex Storr, the shortstop, is going to lead things off as the coaches give them all high fives, get this team up a little bit, spirited up. Valentini will bat second this inning. She's going to have a chance to help out her own team here. So with that being said, I'm the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing the action to you. And this is action live, regular season finale, ladies fast pitch softball. The Bulldogs are the number 3 seed, locked and loaded regardless of the ending of this game. They are going into the playoffs, the 3 seed. They could play as early as Tuesday. We won't know till Sunday at least. May not be up till Monday. We are going to let you know as soon as possible. They have earned the right to play on their home field in the playoffs. They don't want to go to the playoffs following a loss, especially following the emotion that they had in their last game with 5 runs in the 7th inning to come back and win. It's no problem coming back. They got 3 innings here, and there's only 2 runs. So don't sleep on this Bulldog team's ability. They got their 3 juniors that keep this glue tight and bonded. And here is their star shortstop, Storr, a multi-sport athlete. She's really the leader on the infield, and she is such an athlete. Their leadoff hitter, number 36. She's hit it square every time, just right at people, unfortunately. And the pitch swung on it, was down in the dirt, and she is frustrated 0-2. So the Bulldogs maybe a little eager to try to get on base here and get these runs. They got to have patience still against this pitcher. She's not going to get faster, and she hasn't. The Bulldogs nailed in 4, and really other than that inning, haven't done a whole lot. And waits on this one, ground ball, gets out to second baseman. And a nice single by Storr to start the inning for the Bulldogs, exactly what the doctor ordered. And Valentini has something to work with here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 on, nobody out for the Bulldogs. What was just 4-0, boom, just like that, 6-4, the losing Bulldogs, boom, just like that answer. Nice job going with the pitch on the outside portion of the plate by Storr. Steals second, gets a pass ball, she's going to round it and look, and she's not going to go, but she would have stolen second easily. She has very good speed and is often on the move. And when you're only down by 2, everyone always matters, but everyone really matters. And now she's only a hit away. So 1 hit, there's nobody on, you got 1 duck on the pond, you got to get that run in, at least cut this lead in half. Little slices. And the pitch taken, called a ball, 2-0. Good eye by number 15, Sophie Valentini, who has batted unbelievable all season long. What a hitter. She's on the rubber. What a pitcher. It's just a tough inning on the season. Fantastic. Only a sophomore. A team on her back. And takes the changeup. It looks like maybe an off-speed pitch. Like I said, not a lot of movement on her pitches. Bulldogs doing a lot of hitting at people. But I have no question that they're going to score a couple more runs. I think Barrington's going to need more than 6 to win this. I could be wrong. I often am. She gets stuck here in the middle and is going to get wisely, safely back to second base. It was in the dirt, but a nice job by the catcher for the Eagles, number 18, of keeping it in front of her, the freshman, Ace McCoy. Freshman to freshman on the Eagles. So we're talking about futures here. I looked at them, counted 8 seniors, said this team was in deep trouble, and she takes that one in on the inside portion of the plate, drives it to left field, Storr to third, second single for Valentini. So runners at the corners, and the Bulldogs are in business here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to surprise anybody. We have a pitch runner, no doubt, and no doubt she's going to create some action. She's going to steal second. She might even dance around a little bit, folks, and try to create some kind of confusion and get herself in a run down, maybe not. But either way, she's going to try to get 2 runners in scoring position, and she being the tying runner. So the runner at first base, of huge importance right now. Caracciolo at bat. High pitch, she takes second. She's going to take the straight route. No shooing around, and the Bulldogs immediately, as they go down by 2 runs, this young team, led by these 3 juniors, answers. 2 runners up, 2 runners on, 2 runners in scoring position, no outs. Caracciolo, swing and miss, 1-1 count. Early on the pitch. Again, just got to have your weight back a little bit on this one. They got to weight back, not be too eager. They've done a nice job of this inning. Valentini really turned on that one. The hit between third and shortstop, hit it on the laces. 6-4 in the end. I can hear the excitement back in the dugout. Bulldogs side of the field getting excited. That one fouled straight back. Looks like it's going to get out of play. Comes back in. Yeah, it's a tough place to make a catch, folks. I don't care if she's a freshman, junior, sophomore, junior. Maybe a little easier by the time you're a senior. For a catcher and that ball winding back, you're backwards. That's always a tough play. And I'll tell you what, Caracciolo fortunate, though. It's a new life, they call it, at bat when catcher doesn't make that play. Let's see if they can make it hurt here. Caracciolo often does jump on these situations. Swings at it and fouls this one out of play. Under it, but that one's not enough room. If this were the baseball field, there'd be plenty. Maybe not. I almost hit a car. And there's a lot of cars out there, folks. Packed house here Thursday night. Primetime softball brought to you live by Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. Ending the regular season action for spring sports right here, right now tonight, folks, because the postseason starts next week. All the chips on the table. 3 teams are in, and you're looking at one of them swing and a miss. Strike 3 first out of the inning. 2 runners still in scoring position, 1 out. You're watching one of the 3 playoff teams. This girls softball team is the number 3 seed going into the playoffs. Regardless of the end of this game, it's just a matter of emotionally which direction are they going to be going. A huge at bat by the Bulldogs. First pitch taken for a ball. Lily Vetolino at bat, the second baseman for the Bulldogs. Pitcher doesn't have to give her too much because first base again is open. Do you want to load the bases? No, but do you want to give her the bat? No. And that was hittable, called strike. There's nowhere for the runners to go. 1-1 the count. She's clearly going to come after her. She just threw that right over the plate. With first base open, everybody's back on defense, so they're not worried about the 2 runs there, which is surprising. Turns on it down the line, and that's going to tie it. Vetolino steps up huge with the double. Base clearing double, and the Bulldogs answer it. Bing, bang, boom. Holy smokes. They give up 6 runs. No problemo, folks. We're going to come back. We're going to tie it immediately. Lily Vedolino on the scene for the Bulldogs. Turns on it and drills it down the line. Third baseman can't get it. Scores both, and we are tied back up, folks. 6-6, bottom of the 5th. Vedolino in scoring position, 1 out. And let me tell you, that woke Similarity Field right back up. And I told you I had a feeling it was going to take more than 6 runs for this Eagles team to win tonight, because I know how this Bulldogs team is, and I know how they can hit, and I know that they're getting on the laces. Every at-bat, they're hitting it harder and harder and harder, and that's going to turn into runs. Coach Luppy keeping them moving, and now we got a 6-6 ball game. A new game. How exciting can you get? Swinging a miss, a little frustration by Lamb. 0-2 count, 1 out. Vedolino at second base, and what a job of clutch hitting she has done all season long on the spot. And that was just such an emotional swing that hit provided by Vedolino for the Bulldogs. I'll tell you right now, just completely changed the environment of this entire place. Because they wasted no time. They didn't pick it 1 run at a time, 1 run this inning, 1 run next inning. No, it was hitter, and run, and 2 runs driven in by their second baseman. Also a sophomore. And foul tip off the catcher. New life for Lamb. Just got a piece of it on the inside portion of the plate. 0-2, 1 out. Can the Bulldogs break it and get the 1 duck on the pond? Freshman on the mound, on the rubber for the Eagles, and the pitch is upstairs. Good eye. 1-2 count. Makes her work. Throw to second base, gets back safely. And the pitch upstairs, swing and a miss, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. So the Bulldogs still 1 more chance here of knocking in that run. Number 12 at bat for the Bulldogs, Tori Gabriel, a freshman, folks. Listed as a pitcher. I've never seen her pitch, but she is an outfielder for the Bulldogs. She's in just about every game for the Bulldogs, and what a big spot here. You can take the lead if they can plate the runner in foul territory, and it's going to get out of play. I think maybe no. Can't she catches it at foul grounds, and that does excite the Eagles as they are gathering over there. They stop the bleeding at a tie, as they would say. So we have 5 innings in the books from Similarity Field here, folks. And what a season finale. You'd expect nothing less. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing it to you live. You can find it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Westerly.live, or Westerly.live, Westerly.radio on your web browser. Packed house here, folks. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Well, hello, and welcome back. Similarity Field Live, folks. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing it to you live. Regular season finale, Lady Bulldogs, fast pitch softball. Like I said, this is the last one of the regular season. Start next week. All the chips are on the table. They've worked all year for it. This is a young squad, folks, and are they ever an exciting one? They chip away, get a 4-run lead, and then in 1 inning go down 6-4. 6-run explosion by the Eagles. Think it affects them? Nope. You know, I think maybe it's their youth. I don't know what it is, but the buoyancy of this team of bouncing back so quickly, they go down 6-4. You think their emotions are low? Nope. Immediately from the top of the order, Valentini's first pitch, the ball at the top of the order. It was Storr, followed by Valentini, and then Valentini's hit that hit alone, that emotional swing in a player in high school can make such a difference, especially when you're a pitcher. And she's back out there now, and definitely in a better state of mind. Her squad's tied the game immediately at 6-6, 1-1 count. Swing ground ball to Vettelino. She vacuums it up. She's had like 4 today, taking care of all of them, no problem, and had a huge hit last inning. Having a nice night here, prime time regular season finale for Vettelino. Bulldogs get contributions from every which way. Whichever way you turn, you're not sure what number you're going to see, and that is just fantastic, and it's fun. And it's exciting, and I keep saying future because the future's now. I'm so excited about next week, but it's just you don't know who's going to step up on what day, or you don't know how many. They've had a lot of mercy games where they all step up, but they've had a lot of low-scoring games where it's a surprise every day. You just never know. But it's somebody a lot of the time because when you've earned a 13-4 record, you just got someone stepping up more often than you don't. So enough of that chatter. Number 22 trying to work her way on base, and these Eagles. They're an excited group to our right. We have excitement on both sides of the field. When it was 4-0, the right side was a little quiet, but now 6-6, and everyone's gotten their money's worth. 3 entrants here at Similar Field. The action here under the lights. Cars parked around the complex, wrapping the empty baseball field from Barrington regular season finale. This is the seniors' final game out in Barrington. It's their real senior night in reality, and we have none of them, and we are moving on and playing next week, and Barrington is not, so. Unless the Open State Tournament or something like that. I'm not sure how that even works. First batter, it's a walk. Not a great start. Number 22 on base. You walk to start the inning. The probability, when you break it down by the numbers in baseball, has a higher number of gives you a great opportunity to score a run. Well, the exact stats are someone stepping in here for Barrington. And inside pitch. Checks back at first by Haver. Puts the tag down. No! Closer safe. Holy cow. I thought they got the tag under it. We're checking the replay as we look right now, folks. And I want to see this. Oh, tag went down on the helmet, and oof, I don't know. Oh, yeah, she might have been in. And it doesn't matter. Ground ball up the middle. Storr going to flip it. Vettelino, can't handle the flip, and they're saying at both spots. Needed to chop down that front runner, and the Eagles are in business. The Eagles are in business, and this is high school, folks. There's no quitting these seniors, man. What we're seeing here is a team who's playing next week in a game that doesn't really have any statistical relevance of next week, and the young team versus a bunch of seniors who are never going to play again. And it's a 6-6 tie and a lot of excitement. Foul straight back. Number 10 is not a senior. She's a freshman. And they got the mix of freshmen in as well. So the mix, the chemistry here on the field tonight has just come to such an exciting game, man. You never know when you're going to run into these. But that's why we bring you high school sports, because there's no better sports. And a drive to center field. Tracked well by our center fielder, Henderson. She takes it in for the out. No one's able to tag up. Nice job reading. Catches it coming in. And Henderson vacuums up out number 2 of the inning. And that's 8 unassisted. She's had a nice night tonight in center field. And the Bulldogs looking to get out of this unscathed. 2 down. Huge at-bat. Runners on first and second. Number 18 at-bat. Ace McCoy, the freshman. First pitch upstairs off speed pitch. Called the ball. On deck, number 9, Grace Senecal, and she's a senior. I say you pitch to the freshman. Swing, ground ball, third base. Austin fields it, taps third, threat averted. Top half of the inning over, no harm done. Bulldogs have a chance to take the lead now, folks. We are 4.5 done in the books. And we are 5.5 done in the books. And we are headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bulldogs' chance to break this 6-6 tie. This game started, folks. Bulldogs opened it up at 4-0. They hung there for a little while. The Eagles broke in. 6-run inning, took a 6-4 lead. Bottom half of that inning, Bulldogs, the last inning, answer immediately with 2 runs. Avoid a little bit of a threat there in the top half, and are now at bat 6-6 tie, bottom half of the 6th inning. That's your rundown. This production is brought to you in part, folks, by the Knickerbocker Music Center Live. Watch local bands live from the Nick in downtown Westerly, RI. Go to Westerly.live for more details. A premium streaming service brought to you by the Knickerbocker Music Center, Westerly.live, and 321 Media. Valenti Subaru Sales and Service, located at Dunn's Corners, Westerly, RI. Valenti means value with over 90 years in the auto business. The Valenti family knows how to keep customers happy. Service with honesty, integrity, and a smile. The cornerstone our business is built upon. Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer located in Dunn's Corners next to Dunkin'. Cell phone, sales, service, and repair. Stratedio, social media management, search engine optimization. Local company with local strategies to help your company stand out on the web. We have Remy Cycles, bicycle sales and service in downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Avenue. Cycling accessories, the latest in electric bike technology, stellar customer service, everything needed to enjoy your cycling adventures. Teddy's Toys, located as well at 53 Railroad Avenue, downtown Westerly. Modern toys, classic toys, board games, model building, and stuffed animals. And McQuaid J's Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store, located on Franklin Street in Westerly RI. Summer lawn maintenance tools and outdoor furniture. If they don't sell it, folks, you don't need it. That's McQuaid J's Hardware. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you all the action. Season finale, folks. And they are bringing it to us on the field, 6-6 tie. We got the captain, the leader, the catcher, Dina Arnold, number 23. The glue of this young team together. The reason they're 13-4 is this youth, this leadership of this youth. And the coaching staff as well. Holy smokes, you can't do any better. And the following, the support from Westerly, the outpouring in this final game, final regular season game. These girls have earned to play a little bit more. I can understand the crowd on the Barrington side, the seniors finishing things out, but Wesley's got more to play this year and in future years. Here we go, Arnold to start off the bottom of the sixth. Wesley looking to break a tie here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Their playoffs, folks, could start as soon as next Tuesday. It will be at home whenever it does start. It's unknown. They're going to figure that out on Sunday. You will find the schedule on Wesley.live as soon as they do. Second pitch, call ball, 2-0 count. Quickly ahead, Arnold knows want to get on base any which way possible. One run could do it. Bulldogs pop one in, they're 3 outs away. That's all it takes. And we have a little coaching adjustment on the field, and everything gets really quiet, and I'm not sure why. I don't think the home team should be loud, so they can't hear it. But on the board here, it's not a popular board, all right? So, little coaching advice before the at-bat, and the scoreboard reads sixes. The score is 6-6 in the sixth. And the pitch, freshman to freshman connection. Not a bad job by Barrington. And that's fouled back. 2-0 pitch is 2-1 now. So Prout having a big upset versus Mount Hope, their first division loss of the entire season in their season finale. Prout had a tough week, man. They had to play Middletown a couple times, and they had to play Mount Hope. And to earn second place, they had to beat Mount Hope today, and they did. So credit to the Prout Crusaders. They won 3-0 today, and that's what made this game a lock-in at third place. And I still think third place is fabulous, and they're going to work off of it. And nice eye and a good lead-off walk by Arnold. The captain knows the importance. It's probably going to be a pinch runner. I do believe they do. Maybe not. I could be wrong. And nice job lead-off runner. Possibly the go-ahead, possibly game-winning runner at first base. Stepping in for the Bulldogs, number 24, Ava D'Artona. And boy, can she drive the ball, squares the bunt, and pops it up foul. She can bunt as well. She can do a lot. She's been hot in the last half of the season, that's for sure. We've seen her put him off the fence. We've seen her put him down 3 feet in front of her. So she's a dual threat. Dangerous to charge early on, I'll tell you that, because if she pulls it back and takes a cut, I would not want to be all that close to it. That is for certain. She is a freshman. Squares the bunt, puts it down, nice bunt. Going to get that game-leading run to second base, does her job. Rounds the bag, no further, but gets that possible game-winning run into scoring position. Did her job and did it well. That's exactly what they wanted out of that at-bat. Ava D'Artona with the sacrifice, and that's what it's called. You're sacrificing your at-bat for the team. She did just that because now her team has the possible game-winning run in scoring position. Nice job. First out of the inning. Now 1 hit away from taking the lead. Number 14, Brooke Power, a freshman. The lefty at bat for the Bulldogs. First pitch outside. Takes a big lead. Secondary at second. I don't think you're going to get your runner thrown out at third into the possible game-winning run. That would be kind of crazy. Hit to the outfield should score. It should do the trick. Or anything to the right side will move you over. You got a lefty at bat. That's a great coaching option. You want it to go to the right side as it's a running swing. She's trying to drag swing, and she's going to get some coaching advice. A, if you run out of the box too early, you're out. But she's clearly trying to get the ball to right field. That's why they brought the lefty in, and I can understand that. That moves the runner over. Then when you're running forward to hit, you're trying to move it. You're trying to pull it. So she wants to slap it that way. We'll see what happens here on this pitch. Squares the bunt this time and gets it down. So this one might be good for a hit. It is. And that is the tools and fundamentals Coach Luppy pounds into his teams year after year after year after year. Every hitter can swing. Every hitter can bunt. Every hitter can slash. And we've seen it. We've seen Dina Arnold, put a bunt down that she knows as a catcher is the perfect spot. And I'm sure she has spread that around to the rest of the team because this entire team can bunt. Runners on the corners, one out. And pitch taken, ball, runner. Now we got 2 runners in scoring position, folks. Bottom of the 6th inning. This ball game is tied. That's 6. Bulldogs in business, 1 out. All they need is to move 1 into the outfield. At bat for the Bulldogs. Their leadoff hitter, Alex Storr. No one better for this spot, let me tell you right now. You have first base open. The freshman probably has been told that. But you get no reward by putting Storr on base and facing Valentini. I got to inform you, that is a heck of a 1-2 punch. The softball team has one just like the baseball team does with their leadoff and their second. And drives it to right field. That's going to spray foul into the cages and over the scoreboard and into the cage. Going with the pitch, doing a nice job to count 2-1. So the Bulldogs back from 6-4, even it up, and now in the bottom of the 6th have a chance to take a lead. 2 runners in scoring position. And the pitch high, 3-1. So they're not giving anything to her. She has been hitting it right on the laces. But I don't know if they remember Valentini either, but she's had a good night in the box as well. And she drilled one between third base and shortstop in her last at bat. So she's not exactly off the mark. And she's batting over 400 on the year into second base. That's going to break the tie as she ropes it hard off the second baseman's leg. That scores both of them, folks. And the left side of this ballpark is electric. They're excited, holy smokes. From a 6-run answer by the Eagles, Bulldogs went down 6-4. 2 innings all the way back, answered with 4 more, and now have an 8-6 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning with 1 down. So talk about a no-quit team. Talk about tenacity. And trying to steal second base. Nice throw, nice tag, but she got under it and got called out. And we're going to show you a little replay here, folks. That might be a tough call from behind to make. But the Bulldogs answered at least with 4 runs after they were down 6-4. 2 runs in this frame, the bottom of the 6th. Possible game-winning runs here. As Valentini bats. Up and away. So she got a run and she got an insurance run to work with. They're only 3 outs away now of doing what I talked about them wanting to do, and that is there's nothing better than winning going into the playoffs. You don't want to back in, meaning they've earned their spot. Their slot is in the books. They swing and a miss by Valentini. You can lose this game and you're still in the playoffs. That's what I mean by backing in. But talk about a comeback win like they had in the last game. Down by 5 in the 7th and then pull it off in extra innings. If they didn't do that, they wouldn't be a 3rd seed, folks. They may not be playing here. Drive right up the middle, off the pitcher, and that's going to go in as an infield hit. That was hit too hard. That's definitely not an error. So an infield hit by Valentini puts her on first. And she will get a pinch runner. So this Bulldog team, like I was saying earlier, the tenacity to have come back from a 5-0 deficit against Narragansett, scoring 5. They ended up winning that game 10-6. Come back here in front of all these people. They always get a great following, but folks, tonight's the biggest. The combined crowd of the two, the other fans here, the other student athletes, and it's just going to get bigger next week. And them having a comeback tonight, having Barrington answer your 4-run lead with a 6-run deflating inning, and you just turn around and bang, answer with 2 and then 2 more for a 2-run lead. Popped up to the shortstop. She's not going to get it. Center fielder's going to track it in, and she comes too far, and this is starting to fall apart, break up at the seams here for Barrington. Runners at the corners with 2 outs and a 2-run lead for the Bulldogs. But to come back in this one as well, talk about they're not moving forward into the playoffs. They are sprinting into the playoffs. 2 huge comeback victories. Talk about emotional wins and definitely going in the right direction heading in. And Lily Vetolino having a heck of a night all around. She's had about 4 or 5 putouts at second base. Clean fielding, great hitting, timely hitting, huge hitting actually. And batting again here as the Bulldogs have batted around quickly this time around the lineup. An excited dugout. Boy, I have my hair standing up on end. I am excited about next week. I can't wait to see all 3 of these teams. I mean, you got to be excited when 3 of your teams are in a 1 seed, a 3 seed, and a 3 seed. It's super exciting. And we are going to bring it to you live, folks. And I was talking about the no-quit tenacity. These girls they're so young, there's no quitting them. They don't know how to lose. They don't know what it's like to lose, really. I mean, they're being taught everything that's base running, bunting, hitting, from the beginning of the game. And it's popped up, got up under a little bit, left fielder tracked it in, a little too far again. Same as the center fielder did, tracked it too far. That plate's 1 runner, and there's 2 runners in scoring position again. And now the Bulldogs are up by 3, 9-6 with 2 down. And 2 more in scoring position. Kaylee Lamb at bat, a junior captain for the Bulldogs. And really could, you would think almost sew this one up with a hit if she can play Vetolino. So Vetolino is probably credited with a hit there because it didn't touch the left fielder's glove, I don't think. But the left fielder and the center fielder both made mirror errors overrunning pop-ups coming in. They got to him on time. They just ran too far and tracked too far. So all the excitement on the Bulldog side here tonight, folks. And regular season's done when we sign off tonight. Next time we sign on, folks, and all the chips will be on the table in the playoffs. Ground ball hard to short. Bobbles it, can't throw it. And that might go down as a hit, but the runner's going to score. That's the most important thing. Caracciolo in from third and a 10-6 Bulldogs lead. So the Eagles answer with 6 to make it 6-4, and the Bulldogs, boom, answer with 6 back, 10-6 to score. And now, looking for more with 2 outs. Called strike, number 12, Tori Gabriel at bat again for the Bulldogs. Just batting last inning here. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs have a 4-run lead now and are only 3 defensive outs away from their regular season being over. And that's a hard hit ball to third. Fielded well. Got to go to first and does for the final putout of the inning. But an eventful inning. What an inning. How impressive are these young women, let me tell you right now. I can't tell you right now. They're just beyond impressive to me. And like I said, they had a 4-0 lead here tonight, folks. Barrington, their senior night. Their seniors are done. They answer. They don't quit. Boom, they answer with 6 runs. And then the Bulldogs turn in 2 innings, answer with 6 more of their own. 10-6 lead. We are in the final frame of the final regular season game of 2022. Next week, the playoffs start, folks. Like I said, we'll let you know on our schedule on Westerly.live. They're going to figure things out as far as softball goes on Sunday. Could be as early as Tuesday. There will be a game here at Similori Field. The baseball team will be at home later in the week, either Thursday, Friday, maybe both. We're hearing all sorts of things. Volleyball, we've heard different days, maybe June 6th, who knows. We'll let you know. It's fluid in the playoffs as the season has to end tomorrow for some teams before they can officially schedule anything. But make sure you tune in because, boy, will we have some fun. We are going to have a blast. And it's the first restriction-free postseason, full season, spring season in a long time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Music jamming out of the Bulldog dugout. Once again, I am the voice, Greg Moreno, alongside producer-owner Shane Langer. We have Lisa behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you the fireworks here in the season finale, Similori Field. Girls fast pitch softball, ending the season in style thus far here. 3 outs away. Just turned in 6 straight runs after being down 6. First pitch grounder. Valentini vacuums it up for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. Bulldogs 2 outs away from the regular season. Exclamation point. Head into the postseason, a number 3 seed with a 14-4 division record, folks. That is insanity. No seniors, 3 juniors, and you're 14-4. All sophomores and freshmen. Have they ever played? I can't wait for this postseason. I can't wait for next year. It is just fireworks from here, folks. And just to see even tonight, a game that, like I said, by the numbers, did not matter. They could have said, whatever, doesn't matter. And these girls too much tenacity. They get on the field, there's too much fight in Westerly sports. It's not like that. They turned around, they fought back, they answered with 6 quick. And we got a 1-1 count, 1 down, nobody on, 2 outs away here. 1 strike, 1 out and 2 strikes away from 2 straight comeback victories. And heading into the postseason the way you want to, singing and dancing. Valentini, man, she went through a kind of like an array of emotions in this one, but did a nice job of bouncing back a couple times. And that is low and in for a ball. So that's going to be 3-1 here, 1 out. Number 16 for the Eagles. And congratulations to all the Barrington Eagles seniors. If in fact this is their senior night on the road. And she takes a walk. Number 34 will hit the plate. And she is another freshman for the Eagles. Six freshmen, no sophomores, 1 junior. That's an odd array, and that one's going to be turned on in foul territory. That is an odd spread, let me tell you. 8 seniors. Wow. 1 junior, 0 sophomores, and 6 freshmen. So we have 1 down, 1 on, 1 strike, and the pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2. Little pepper on that one from Valentini. And the 1 out offer, swing and a miss upstairs for out number 2. And the Bulldogs are 1 out away. For putting an exclamation point on the 2022 regular season. As they will advance, they deserve to advance, they've earned the right to advance, and I can't wait to watch it and bring it to you. And that is fouled off, quickly ahead, 0-1. So these Bulldogs, they fought through. Like I said, some tough emotions. Nice game tonight. They got ahead, then they gave up a bunch, and it was definitely an emotional swing in the entire environment here. And but they never swung their emotions whatsoever, and they answered quick. They answered with 2, and then bang, 4 more the next inning. And pretty much now they are in full control. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 10-6 to score. Bottom of the 7th. And Valentini looking to dot the exclamation point here. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and she does. And the regular season is over in style here, folks. Valentini ends it with a strikeout to Dina Arnold. Great regular season as they celebrate at home plate. They are the number 3 seed moving forward into the playoffs, folks, as I have said. When exactly they play, I cannot tell you that. That will be determined on Sunday by the powers beyond above. And it could be as early as Tuesday. I'll let you know. They will be playing at some point on a Similori field. The baseball team will be later in the week. They as well will be playing at least once or twice this week on Similori field. Volleyball team, they're playing as well in Federico Gymnasium at some point. It's all going to get sorted out. So much excitement. The regular season's over, folks. This season, the spring, it's all done. It's just the playoffs. And then 2021, 2022, Interscholastic Westerly Sports is done in kaput, folks. So we're going to end it with some fireworks. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. We are signing off until the playoffs, folks. See you then.